Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and tonight we're gonna do the immediate guidance reading, immediate guidance messages, which is my favorite live stream for many of you that knows me, or rather, like many of you knows that that's my favorite stream, that you guys know me. So it's pretty nice cards. In fact, I was quite surprised when I drew those cards a couple of hours or a few hours ago when I did the thumbnail. I pre-draw the collective reading, which is the reading that I'm going to do right now, so I can use them for the thumbnail. And the cards, if you do want to examine them closely, you can do so by observing the thumbnail of the live stream. Other than that, I'm going to show them to you now. The first one, that is the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Cups here. Okay. So the second card that we have, that is the Page of Pentacles. And the third card for the collective reading of what we need to know, that will be the Hierophant. Right, so the Hierophant. And this could reflect so many things, okay? Now, what do we need to know is that whatever we are pushing forward of worth, it's gonna become a long-lasting enterprise. And, you know, that could, like I said, manifest as or reflect pretty much everything. Now, those cards could represent a fantastic friendship that it is undergoing currently. That could represent a long-lasting, beautiful love that it is ongoing currently. It could represent a super stable and lucrative job that it is ongoing currently. So what do we need to know as the collective reading is that the seeds we planted are about to grow much more than, you know, expected and anticipated, which is actually a really, really good thing. And from it, there will be that emotional security, which I could imagine every single one of us is seeking. These cards are also speaking that for the next few days, there is going to be a lot of discretion, also a lot of support, also a lot of how can I put it into words? You know, the ability people to get into each other's shoes, walk, not even a mile, couple of miles, and come back and see how things are. So there is going to be a lot of understanding out there. And in generally, these next few days are, I put it into words, the days where we are gonna gain back a hope into the human nature and in humanity in general. But on a personal level, like I said, we should expect something really beautiful to manifest into our lives. So with that said, this was the collective reading. Now a few notes about the show before I move forward. There are going to be 12 readings just like this one. One for each star sign. I'm going to run down the ecliptic, meaning that I'm going to start with Aries and I'm going to end up with Pisces. But bear in mind that those are going to be readings for your star signs. These are not your personal readings. And if you do wish your personal situation to be subject of my tarot interpretation, you can go to my website, which link you will find in the description down below. And there on the very front page, you're going to see a full list of my services and as well their pricing. Now, other than that, if you do enjoy the show and you do wish to support us, one way to do so is subscribing for the channel and engaging with the video to help us with the YouTube algorithm, and the other way is supporting the show financially, either via super chat or a PayPal. The PayPal link you will find in the description down below as well. And anyone who does so, you guys are going to have a reading at the end of the stream that is guaranteed, just like Yasmin did. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Yasmin. And as well, Shauna say, thank you for the 20 also. Thank you, Shauna say. Let me, girls, add you to the list here or put you into the list. Uh, Sean C. And also Taco, my man. Thank you for the $55.55. Thank you, Taco. At the end of the stream, you also, mate, as you know, you're going to have a reading at the end of the stream. All right, so starting up with the first star sign, that's going to be Aries. Now you can track which star sign I'm reading for by the glyph being described, or by rather being displayed. I'm sorry, English ain't my native, but displayed here. Okay, so that is how you will know what star sign I'm reading for. And of course, if you are watching it on a video, that is the way how you can navigate to your star sign as well. Well, Taco, as you know, mates, in your inquiry, Lenormand is included, so they are gonna pinpoint that. Which of those, a lot of things, are actually going to, you know, undergo progress, let's put it that way. So, let me shuffle and see what Aries is going to experience. All right, so first card for Aries, that's going to be the 10 of Wands. Second one, that's going to be the Strength card. And the third one, that's going to be the Page of Cups. All right, so chore. A chore is coming your way. That is what you need to know. It's going to be chore. I'm calling it a chore. I don't know if that's the right classification here. I'm calling it a chore because this definitely ain't going to be something you would truly enjoy being a part of, truly enjoy doing. That's on one hand. Now, on the other hand, or on the flip side, is going to carry on a quite of a large benefit for you, whether financial benefit, whether a status benefit, whether power benefit, all right? But there is going to be a humongous benefit to it. And that's going to be the reason why you are going to feel very, very compelled to actually take on that particular chore. And ultimately, as you know, that's going to be your choice whether to say yes or no on the chore itself. However, the reason why it's going to feel like chore is that there is going to be so many things that you need to uphold yourself to, which is going to make it very demanding, and also I do suspect by those cards quite of a time consuming. You won't be able to be yourself. What I mean is that you will have to adopt some kind of a behavior into it, and it's just, can I put it into words? You will feel constrained with it. But as a reward, like I said, it's going to be humongous. Hello, Jen. Next one, Taurus. Wow. Yeah, Taco, that sounds really beautiful. All right. The Wheel of Fortune. 4 of Cups. Justice. Now, the business or the Lord in Taurus is going to be quite equal to the Aries reading. So you guys are going to find yourself being also a super busy. A lot of responsibilities ahead of you for the next few days. But the difference with the Aries reading is that it's not going to be a chore, but it will be an amazing opportunity. Quite different though from what you are pushing on with right now. So that will be one more thing that adds up to the platter. However, it will be with a high, I can't say emergency, but rather a high priority. Because what you need to know it is that this upcoming change in circumstances, because that is how it's going to happen, is actually a point or a fulcrum point from which you can make a quite of a big change in your life. And I'm talking about a change for a marginally better lifestyle or a life status or life in general from now. So be on a watch out with the irrevocable, with a enterprise that carries on a irrevocable or responsibilities. That's going to be your cue. Okay, next, Gemini. Well, I don't know about gargoyles, Taco. Seeing a picture of one of your dogs, that dog can't fly, man. I mean, even if it has wings. All right, the Hierophant. The Ace of Wands. Judgment. It's a difficult one. Just give me a moment. All right. For Gemini, next couple of days will be very, next few days, I'm sorry, will be very spiritual, for lack of better expression. I don't know how to explain it other way around. So instead of a my God, it's so difficult. All right. Instead of a trying to seize the perfect fit, you will be able to mold one, or to mold yourself into a fit. It's kind of like, probably I will have to give you an example for it. Okay, let's say that you are looking for work that is quite, say, versatile. It always has something new to offer. For example, a saleswoman or a salesman, that you are selling whatever, all right, and every client is unique and whatnot, and that job always presents something kind of like a new challenge. And now in the next few days, if those cards manifest in that kind of job, things are going to start calming down, not slowing down, but calming down and becoming more monotonous and monotonous, settling. And so you will be able to mold yourself into this how can I put it into words, a steady flow, right? So you will be able to move from being constantly scampering around and juggling with many things. Now you will be able to kind of like settle for a something. And this something, whether that's a relationship, because you can call it you can adopt those cards for relationship as well if you up until this point were in let's say crazy relationships, constantly going out partying and fighting with your girlfriend or with your boyfriend over certain things and being very passionate. Now these cards would represent a relationship that it is settling, that there is a trust, there is a reliability, there isn't any reason to fight each other for just mundane stuff, all right? And it will be completely different experience. And if you are used to those kind of relationships that are kind of like always on the edge, now you will be able to mold yourself into a settling one. So that is what you need to know, that there is a settling period that will start from the next few days moving forward for you. And you will have to mold yourself for it. It won't be any problem. You may miss though the, how can I put it into words, the thrill of not knowing. Because with this one, it will be pretty obvious and foreshadowing for the future. All right, so that was Gemini. Now, next, Cancer. Ten of Pentacles. The High Priestess. Knight of Wands. Just give me a moment. All right, for Cancer, what do you need to know, guys? A couple of things. One of it is that a person from your past, it could be an old friend, it could be an old lover, it could be an ex, right? And you do not need to think of that kind of like scumbag ex, which almost ruined your life. It could be someone from your childhood that you had you have flirting. It's going to try to reach out, and the intentions are gonna be, I would say, serious. The intentions are not gonna be just for a cup of coffee, all right? This is an intentions to maintain some form of a relationship or a partnership. Now, that's one thing that you need to know. The other thing that you need to know, Cancer, it is that next few days are gonna be the days where you will determine yourself to end some kind of dependability. You may be dependent on someone because you love them, you may be dependent on someone because you owe them, or you may be dependent on a something or a someone because of a money. Whether you're going to pay back your loan, whether you're going to return the favor, or you're just going to determine yourself not to suffer because someone isn't kind of like returning back your love, you will end up severing that dependency and becoming independent once again, which is going to lead to a consistent, or rather like a consecutive comfort moving forward in your upcoming days. All right, next, Leo. The Empress. Six of Pentacles. Five of Cups. You're welcome, living girl. For you, my lions, that will be a dilemma, which it's not a dilemma, it's a hard choice, that it is not choice, that it isn't a choice at all. But still, you will find yourself thinking a lot about it. That may be a point where you have to cut someone loose. That may be a point where you will have to change your job. That may be a point where you have to say something you don't want to say, right? But you will not going to be able to hold that action or a decision any longer, because this is going to be the point next few days where you will understand that if you don't approach the situation from that angle, from that extreme angle, the situation isn't improving at all, right? It's not improving. And so what I do suspect is going to happen is that you're going to feel the need to not being in the midst of the enterprise, whether in the midst of the relationship or whether in the midst of the job, for the next few days, and just think about it. Think of how you will want to present things around or how you will want to act. Of course, through your choice and through your actions, there is going to be emotional discontent, and that is to say the least. But after that, at least for you, things are going to start improving drastically. I think it's about severance, right? For example, because your job isn't, it's clear that your job is not gonna reward you for your knowledge and for your efforts, because your job doesn't have the capacity to do so. You will end up being kind of like forced to find another one. Doesn't matter that you are loyal person, because at the end of the day, you have to be loyal to yourself as well. And you can't work for the pennies on the dollar just because you like the collective or you like your boss. So it's going to be a tough choice, but it is not choice at all for you, Leo. All right, next, Virgo. Six of Wands. Eight of Cups. Four of Wands. That's going to be a pretty quick one. It's an unexpected good fortune for you guys. In a situation or in an enterprise where the circumstances or the things are unfavorable or straight away unsatisfying at that point, in a matter of minutes or in a matter of an hour or two, things are going to improve radically. Not even dramatically, but radically. Here you are going to receive recognition, rewards, peak of experiences, and on top of that, the circumstances will align in such a way for you that you will simply going to be able to bring the whole enterprise to the next level. So that may be bonuses, raises, yes, you know, like for example, you want to start dating someone and they tell you yes, while up until this point they were showing that they aren't interested in you, or you may thought that you don't have any chances for getting promoted, but no matter what, you make a claim And what do you know? You end up being promoted, and so on and so forth. So it's like I said, an unexpected good fortune, which is gonna bring a peak of experience in your at your street, and the sun is gonna shine on your door. All right, next, Libra. Well, Jen, the only thing left is for you guys to receive it. Okay, to welcome this unexpected good fortune, because you can always deny it. Nine of Pentacles. Oh my God, the Devil. And the King of Pentacles. Oh my God. You shall be given, Libra. You shall be given or invested into, for a lack of better expression, exactly what you yearn for. Right? You may be yearning for a certain position at work. Such a position shall be given, or you may be yearning for it needs to involve another person, not about another person, right? You may be yearning for someone, but unless that person is a property of someone else, you can't be given to it, all right? But this is about a yearnings that you do have, which depend on an entity or another person. And for the next few days, those things, whether money, whether love, whether respect, and so on and so forth, whether promotion, these things shall be given. Now, whenever you receive those blessings, this isn't even a gift. It's more like investment from the other side, all right? Don't think it as a charity. That is very important here to say. Say you yearn for some kind of knowledge, and in the next few days it ends up that you receive an invitation that the company you're working in is to sign you for some kind of a course or qualification for you to obtain that knowledge. And you may think, oh my God, what generous company I'm in. Well, not exactly, because they're gonna milk you for all you got for it, all right? It's just this is a calculated investment from the other side, and it doesn't mean that you're gonna suffer from it. I mean, they're gonna give you with one hand and take everything away with the other. They will have what to win, or rather like what to gain from this investment, but these gains doesn't have to be your losses. This isn't any different than, for example, someone invests in your business because they want to crush a competition that it is simultaneously your competition as well. And while they are investing in your business and not taking away from your business, they're taking away from another business, right? So it doesn't have to be that their earnings from the investment that they're going to put in you are going to be your losses. But this investment will end up being what you yearn, and will offer you how can I put it into words, a stage for you to make a huge leap into your development, whether your love development or whether a career development. So Libra is the king of the hill for now. Let's have the Scorpio reading and see what we Scorpio need to know. Ace of Cups, Four of Wands, the Chariot, it's going to be a wish fulfilling weekend. So what we wished for, done, right? It's going to be done. And in fact, that's gonna make us very happy. What these cards are describing is hearts, is a heart with overflowing joy going through it. So that's how we are gonna feel. And that refers to a feel that we kind of like lost hope into. So the reason for this overflowing joy could be a good job if you have lost hope that you're gonna find a good one. Or it could be, you know, fulfilling love if you have lost hope that you are ever going to be loved, right? So what you have lost hope into, it's going to prove you wrong, and it's going to manifest for you, for us as a Scorpio, because I am a Scorpio representative. And that's going to make us very, very happy. Now, that Four of Wands is a finicky card in this elemental dignity. This is when the Four of Wands is with the Ace of Cups. And I don't know how to exactly explain it. Okay, that these two cards, when they combine, you can call that they represent Three of Wands reversed, right? And when you do have Three of Wands reversed, or in position in a spread that states what holds you back, that is when you kind of like forget yourself, right? When you think that you are so far, but so far forward and so further into development, while in fact you aren't as far as you think you are, and that makes you cocky, that makes you superficial, that makes you disregarding, and you have may have a lack of subtlety. I was about to say tactician, because in my language, literally, that is how it translates, being tactical about how you address one thing or another, but being subtle, and also being, how can I put it into words, assuming, right? That card could make you, or this combination could make us very unassuming when it comes to, let's say, threats, and when it comes to things that we need to be careful about. Mattia, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Mattia. Let me put you into the list, and at the end of the stream, you're going to have your personalized reading. So just, we as a Scorpio, we're going to end up super happy for the next few days, or within the next few days, and very important that we do not take that happiness for granted, all right? And we do not jeopardize it with the stupid actions or opening our mouth without thinking about it. Because, like I said, according to these cards, we ain't going to be as far as we think we are with it. All right. Next one. Sagittarius. Oops. Five of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. The Devil. It is some kind of a therapy or a treatment, not physical treatment. This is more of a lifestyle treatment. Next few days, you're going to take under account what is your contribution for certain difficulties, let's put it that way. Difficulties that you're facing on some fronts, on many fronts. And that's going to end up being a matter of a lifestyle. The way you address people, the way you spend your money, all right? The way you regard one thing or another. And for what those cards are showing here, Sagittarius, it is the next few days. Also, it's going to be the point when you are going to make, or you're going to simplify all that, and a solid strategy how to fix these dark sides of your character is going to be forged. Whether you are going to follow that strategy or not, now that depends entirely on you. But you are going to see for the next few days that there are things you like to do, or things you like to say, or things you like to be, that are actually quite noxious for your life. Like, for example, smoking, drinking, maybe, and so on and so forth. All right, Capricorn. Let's say that you are a smoker, and that's affects your relationship because your husband or your wife is just cannot tolerate, or it's allergic to the smoke. And next few days are going to be the days where you will realize that you love your husband or wife more than you love cigarettes, which will force you to make a strategy to quit them. That's just an example how these cards can manifest. All right, next, Capricorn, like I said. Ace of Swords. Page of Swords. Oh my God. The Star. That is the truth you do not want to hear, but this truth shall set you free. All right. So next few days are going to be the days where you are going to know exactly how you stand. You will receive or realize, or kind of like have a no inspiration, but what was the word here? God, I forgot the word. Like a premonition. No, it's not a premonition. So it's just going to become clear what the true diagnosis of the situation you are in is. And this is going to set you free. And this freedom is going to be actually super good, because for what it seems, it is that freedom will allow you from there on moving forward to live your life according to your ideals and according to your standards. And that freedom will mark the end of the era of your troubles, turmoils, crises, and even, if you will, heartaches as well. Next, Aquarius. But before that, Capricorn, brace yourself, because it is coming, and that is something that you will not gonna agree with one bit. Hello, Sunny. Page of Wands. Temperance. Ace of Wands. That is a person who is seeking a way how to make a bridge towards you, Aquarius. And they're trying to kind of like figure it out through in my language we call it through gambling. So they gamble every time what is gonna kind of like fix your attention on them. All right, I think in English you call it like through the process of elimination, maybe, or just shuffling stuff and enterprises around. So for example, they are suggesting movies. You say that you don't like those movies, then they are changing the subject into theaters and whatnot, and they're trying to figure out what exactly you like, dislike, and what you are willing to participate with them into, right? So they are seeking a way. And what you need to know it is that this individual, so this individual can offer you a lot of new experiences, and I mean a lot. You won't be able to kind of like catch up if that person opens up to you entirely. And what you need to be careful with is how you speak with them. So how you are going to recognize them, it is that this person gives an impression that they are very unattached. What I mean is that they don't care. That's the impression they're giving. They don't care if someone mocks them. They don't care if they're in trouble. They don't care if someone likes them or not. But the truth is, it is that they do care. They don't show that they care because they believe that everyone has a right to their own opinion. And if you aren't agreeable, or you do not agree with that opinion, at least you should respect it. Okay, so that's why they do not make a contrapoint, and also they do not get into fights and whatnot. But kind of making them feel uncomfortable, or trying to make them feel uncomfortable, they're not going to show it, but this actually strikes them quite deep, and they give that facade and make that charade that nothing can bring them down, but from within they are very, very fragile. All right, and last but not least, that's going to be Pisces. Knight of Cups, the Star, Ace of Wands. All right. Here we do have something a bit opposite to Aquarius, because for you, Pisces, again, an individual that for now, literally what the card is, it is that for now, that person wants to see you happy, because for now, either what you are doing or you yourself are everything they want at that point. Problem, they just don't know how to show it, right? Either they are scared, or they don't see a point of interest, and they don't have the willingness of the Page of Wands to try. All right, Knight of Cups, they're just not as creative. They're not creative at all as the Page of Wands. So here, you will have to make the first move if that's a person that you also like. And how you're gonna recognize them? Well, these are a people who work really hard, and they don't leave anything on a chance, right? They constantly do things they like. They don't make compromise with that, and they are following the dreams of their heart. If they see not reason, but a chance to go forward with that. For now, though, that person doesn't see a chance to go forward with you for one or another reason. And if you find yourself being interested into that person, well, you have to show them that you are willing to try, and that is as big of a chance as they need. All right. So that was for the 12th. Now, going forward, that's going to be the super chat. A couple of minutes before I start with super chat, just to catch up my breath here. All right, Yasmin. Let's see what you got. Those are cards, Yasmin. So either they refer to a news that's gonna be a fallacious, and that fallacy will create troubles for you, or they refer to a coworker, and this coworker should be someone that is recently assigned to you or someone that recently started a job, and it will create troubles. Now it's almost a 99% that is going to be the coworker thing, okay? And the reason why you will have troubles with that coworker is simply because they won't be able to do the things around, okay? They just don't want to learn. That's the thing. The first time or immediately when they face even the slightest obstacle, it's not even a difficulty, all right? The slightest obstacle, the slightest incline of the job, and that's the moment where they try to kind of like find a shortcut, make a leap and whatnot, and this will impact on the quality of the work, and this is exactly where you're going to have troubles with that person. The cards unfortunately aren't showing how to fix that. So for now, at least for the next few days, you will have to, I don't know, endure it or deal with it the best way you find. Or that could be someone that you are going to work with, a new client, or a new client, like from a different company, or someone that you are outsourcing a job into, and so on and so forth. But in work, there is going to be that new person which just not going to be able to be adaptable, for a lack of better expression. So that is what you need to know. All right, Shaughnessy, you are next. What do you need to know? All right, those are cards here. And what you need to know is that a long-term friendship is going to end. And the reason why it's going to end is because that friendship is siphoning more than it's contributing for you, and it is just a leech. Right? That friend became a leech, and you will need to end that friendship. It doesn't have to be though a complete severance. Just the terms of the friendship, or rather, like, yeah, the term, the longevity, the density, the intensity of the friendship is going to be renegotiated. I don't see you kind of like completely severing ties with this person, but it does look like the day that you will put some boundaries, to say the least here, just so you can make yourself being quite more happy. Because for what those cards are showing, I mean, that person in certain regard has stepped on your neck and is not lifting their damn foot, right? And this is stifling and suffocating your life in one or another field, and you need that fresh breath. And from another point, like I said, it doesn't look like they have anything to give you anymore while you do. All right, next, Taco. You're welcome, Shaughnessy. Yeah, there it is. There it is. All right, Taco, those are your Lenormand cards. Okay, these are the tarot cards. So, good and bad news. All right, things are gonna start going your way, and I'm saying just only start going your way. All right, not getting your way. But you're going to be getting there. All right. So what I mean here is that what was impossible up until this point now will become possible for you. And this state of yours, where you can gain so much more than anticipated, will earn you a fall. And I'm talking about a formidable one. Right? It's just someone will be jealous and will want what you are about to acquire or what you are going to acquire in time. Okay, so that is what you need to know. The first thing you need to know. Now let's see the second. All right, I don't want to show what is all about. Okay, I want to show what is all about. So yeah, it is. All right, those are your second Lenormand cards, and I drew a few more, but they just don't want to show what is that about. This is a new option. This is a new solid option, a new option that will make that will ensure a future, right? I know it's not gonna show, Draco. It's, I mean, I can draw until, you know, an object card show up, but this isn't the way, mate. So don't. I mean, I would like to take your money, but it's for nothing. It's not gonna show. So it's just an option that will ensure a future. That you will be able to ensure a future. And hopefully, tarot cards are gonna show what for. This is a new option that is going to show up. Either a new offer, a new proposition, a new negotiations, but it will allow you to have a new option, a new path that will ensure a future. And that's going to be a good future for you. 1 second, guys. Taco, I do apologize. Pisces Moonbeam is translating because, you know, English isn't my native, and sometimes, guys, I do not. Oh, thank you, mate. Thank you. That's gonna be a little crossing fingers. You are gonna get that donation, that thing, okay? All right, so those are the cards. You will find a way how to make someone cave. Okay, so that is how things are gonna turn around. A person. Yeah. So you will find a way how to make someone cave, okay, under your demands, and to agree into your way. It's not gonna be very. I put it into words. It's not gonna be very fair, but take it that this is a war. There is no honor in war. There is no honor in defeat nor in winning. Win is a win, defeat is a defeat. So whether you're going to use that option or not, it is entirely up to you. But you can definitely, how can I put it into words, ruin someone's day with that option, which is gonna appear in front of you or is gonna appear at your disposal. That could be, for example, an information that's sharing that information or making that information obvious or on public, I'm sorry, will ruin someone's reputation and they will not want to, and that will give you leverage. So you will get a leverage toward a someone. Yeah, that's true. But the thing about the Lenormand cards is that you can't see how far in the future. It could take years, right? It could take years. In fact, guys, remember Karen that was always donating for me to read for myself? And that reading I did for myself back then, it was a year ago or a couple of years ago, had happened a month and a half from now, back in the past, right? So it took about a year and a half to take place, but it took place. Well, it's not gonna be a mini one, all right? This isn't a mini battle. It's it's gonna be a fast one, but the person, it will be again a solid individual. This isn't someone to be trifled with, all right? But this time around, you're gonna have leverage. All right, and last but not least, that's gonna be Mattia. So let's check it out for you, Mattia. Those are the cards here. For you, Mattia. These are the Lenormand cards. or the sight. You're welcome, Taco. Thank you for your generosity, mate. Well, the sight here, I never saw it. So, for lack of better expression, bipolar. What I mean is that in this case, you can take it for the both of its meanings. One of the meaning is that the sight destroys the card on the right. And in that case, those cards would mean a partnership is revoking a travel, okay? Or the sight could mean harvesting. And then it will mean that a partnership is making a travel possible. So one of the two, let's hope that Tarot is going to tell us more in details which one of those is going to be. Those are cards. Well, depends on the conditions. Just without knowing the conditions, I will say that it's going to be the former rather than the latter. Meaning that a partnership is going to revoke a traveling. But if your conditions are a perpetual, what I mean is that you are making that trip for numerous times. You have made that trip and you just don't like the conditions of the trip and you demand those conditions to change in a certain way, then it's going to be the latter, meaning a partnership or partnering with the parties from the other side, them changing the conditions are going to make that travel possible. Okay, so there is going to be, what you need to know, Mattia, is that there will be a thing with the traveling of yours that is going to go your way, right? It just is going to go your way, whether you like it or you don't. Because according to tarot cards, you know, your beliefs and your boundaries of civilizations are going to be upheld, and you won't face any, how can I put it into words, unpleasant surprises, for the lack of better words. Well, I'm going to text you, Mattia. I'm going to text you and try to explain it. Okay? So I'm not going to leave it in a place where you don't understand. So I'm going to text you right after I'm done with the live stream, and we're going to figure out. But that is quite of a conflicting reading. Okay? So, yeah. All right, expect my message very, very soon. And to the rest of you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your generosity. And we are going to see each other around, I hope. Now, until then, bye.